Hey everybody. Well, I've been tagged by Rich, Spirit of the Wild Wing, and he tagged a bunch of other people. So hang in there. I think we're all going to find a lot of different parts of everybody's pack interesting. So, let me show you what I got in my bag. Well, now this ain't really my bag. This is just some items that I would carry in my bag from time to time. Just depends on if I'm going on a day hike or if I'm going up in the woods just to craft some stuff or make some stuff or come up with some stuff. So anyway, I've picked out a few items. Now I don't think I've come up with 10 items that are unusual that other people wouldn't know about like Rich wanted. But let me show you. One item, and I've carried it. I normally take it with me just about everywhere I go. Now this is just an oilcloth. This is not a tarp or anything. It's a ground cloth. So this can open up. It actually makes like a hammock chair, and it gives me a good setting pad that's waterproof, so that I don't have to sit in the mud and get my britches all dirty and stuff like that. But I do generally always carry a type of ground cloth with me. Haven't seen a lot of people that carry particular just ground cloths, but I do, and you can tell it's broken pretty good. But it also works as a hammock chair, and of course I sealed it with the flaxseed oil. So that's one little item I've got that maybe not everybody carries. Okay, it's going to get better, I promise. Let's go ahead and start here. Okay, now we all know what ferro rod's used for. Now, I'll be flat honest with you, most of the time when I go to the woods, I don't just strike up my ferro rod. I do carry a lighter for starting fires. I love to practice and, try to keep up and keep my skills finely tuned. But there's one thing you may not know about a ferro rod, and I'm not going to take, I'm not going to act like it's my idea, because it's not. This idea was given to me at the last spring meetup by a guy named Roy Price, and I think Kenneth Graham even showed it in a video, one of his videos right after the spring meet. But a ferro rod is not only just a fire source. This is also a light source. So if you ever get caught in a situation, and I have, and I'm sure some of you guys have, that when you pack your flashlights in there, a battery may go down, or you may hit a button and it's been on in your pack the whole time and you didn't know it. So this is what Roy Price had shared with me, and this probably always stick in my head, so hopefully this is some information that will help you guys too. Not only would this be a bear deterrent. I'm sure that'd probably scare a critter away a little bit, but now if they're going to get you, I guess they're going to come right on through, they can get you. But that's definitely going to make them think about it, especially at night. It's going to throw a huge spark. Now this is what I like about it the best. It's also a light source. Yeah. And Roy actually told me that he tested his skills with it by actually turning all his lights out, and he climbed way back deep in a cave and made his way out with just a ferro rod. And the way he explained it and showed me how to do this is you would hold it right behind your head. That way it don't temporarily blind you every time you hit it. And you just basically, and that'll light up the whole area around you. So you'll be able to take a few steps in the dark before you have to do it again. So if you get caught out without a flashlight and you do have a ferro rod, you've got a light source. So that's a neat little idea. Thought I'd share something different. So now you know that you've always got a light source with you if you got a ferro rod. Okay, that's two things. Now, okay, now you may not understand this. I do carry a bag of flaxseed with me. Flaxseed is 25% protein and all the 3 omegas. Well, there's other things you can do with flaxseed. In some of my videos, I had, of course, made linseed oil, to actually seal my cotton cloth out of cold pressed flaxseed. But there's some other things you can do with it too. If you just take a small amount of flaxseed and put it in a little cup with some hot or warm water, it creates this gelatinous mucilage. This mucilage can be consumed for upper respiratory problems. It's also good for your bowels and your bones. Plus it has all the 3 omegas in it. Another thing you can do with it is I have a little kit that I have that if you steam it, you can actually inhale it and then lubricate your sinuses, and when it's cold and in the winter, keeps you from getting that sore throat and that runny nose whenever you're hiking in the cold. Another thing the flaxseed can be used for, the mucilage, is that it's a lubricant. You can actually, if you have chapped skin, you can put that on it. It's real silky smooth and not tacky, and you can actually put it on your leather goods. So there's a lot of different reasons to carry flaxseed. So that's another little neat trick, and of course flaxseed ain't the only seed that does all that, but it's one of the only seeds that has all of those properties. So I do normally have a little bag of flaxseed with me. It's a little unusual for somebody to carry in their bag, but maybe it's a tip that'll help some of you out. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I forgot what I put in here. I generally have rawhide. Now I have a little knife that I carry that's got a piece of rawhide around it, and I got some rawhide in one of my little repair kits. But rawhide that's not tanned, it's easily to carry, is actually consumable because it's not tanned. But mostly what you can do with it is you can make stuff out of it. You can make cordage out of it. If you boil it in a small amount of hot water, you can actually make a hide glue that's you can use as many purposes out, you know, being creative out in the woods and trying to build tools and such. Another thing is you can cut this up in small ribbons and kind of stretch it out and let it dry, and you can make a really strong cordage or a repair cordage. So, and it can be eat, but it can also be used as bait in your traps, as long as it's not tanned. And of course rawhide can be got, you can go to the store and buy a dog bone that's rawhide already, and they're not tanned, so, and it can work. This here, just by looking at it, looks like it's had feathers in it, so that may have come off of a turkey or chicken or something like that, but that's just plain old rawhide. But you can use it for cordage and, you know, like I said, then baiting your fish traps and other things. It's good for catching crawdads. It'll definitely attract them. So rawhide is another idea. Now what I've thought about doing, I haven't never done it, but actually pulling like maybe the soles out of my boots and wearing this under my soles so I'd always have it with me. Anyway, rawhide, very useful item, and I generally always have some with me in most of my kits and such. So that's 4 things. Now another thing I carry is a small blade. I'm kind of a wood carver, and anytime I'm out in the woods, and instead of trying to do small tasks with a big knife, I generally use my small carving knife just for small tasks and such. And this could easily be stuck in a stump with just a small amount of blade exposed to be able to cut this in ribbons by pulling it through the blade easily. And you could do it with a bigger knife too, but you got a lot of exposed blade. So I generally carry a small blade with me, and I've got a little sinew on there as well. But a small blade's just about as handy as a big blade. So that's another item that I generally would have in my pack that might be a little bit different than some carry. Now I have another item. Now this is my cup. A lot of the guys that have seen me on the meetups and stuff use this. I always carry it in my kit. It is basically just a salt shaker, pepper shaker, stainless steel, and I made a little koozie for it so I can use it as a cup. And what else I do with it is I'm kind of, I don't know how you'd say it, but I like to clean up my dishes in the woods. I don't like to throw them back in my pack dirty and wait till I get home to clean them. So it makes it real easy to strain your wood ash right out of your fire and make you a little lye for cleaning. And as long as you don't let it set and do it over and over and over and try to make it concentrated, it's not going to ever burn you, because you're not going to get enough lye out of this here to burn your skin or anything. But it will help clean up your pots and pans. And this also doubles not only as a cup and a strainer, but with this little wire kit here and this little piece of wire mesh, and you may have seen this in some of my videos, I can make it like a little steamer. So I can easily take my flaxseed or acorn oil or acorns or different nuts and stuff like that and steam them in here. Which what that does is that pulls all the tannin down in the water and creates a hydrosol. Well, tannin and the water that ends up in the bottom is actually antimicrobial. So you can kind of bathe in it if you make the hydrosol. Plus, it makes the acorn nuts perfectly palatable, so you can eat them once they're steamed. In my opinion, I think so anyway. They didn't taste that bad. So without leaching them, 3 or 4 different times and drying them out and leaching them 3 or 4 different times, or letting them soak in a creek for a year, then try steaming them next time. And like I said, it also gives you the hydrosol water in the bottom to actually kind of clean up with. So that's another item that I use this little cup for. Now there's even another one. I made this little steel cap, distillery type setup. And you may have seen this in some of my videos too. But this will fit right on there. Well, with just a little bit of patience. And then I can kind of manipulate this out here and put this over a fire with, my little piece of wire in there. And you can actually get essential oils. So if you were trying to get acorn oil or different things to make soaps or smell goods out of it, or mosquito repellents or something like that, by using different types of plants, you can just gently fill this up with your stuff and just put it over a fire and let it steep, and it'll come out of there just like a regular distillery, and you end up with an oil base coming out of this end. Plus, I guess you can kind of distill water, maybe salt water. It's not very much. Probably ain't even worth even trying to do in a container this small. But that's another little item that I will time to time throw in my bag. So this is kind of a multi-purpose little item here. But this goes in my bag every single time. My cup and strainer, because like I said, that helps me do my dishes as well as performs as a cup for me. So there you go on that part. Now let's see, what else? What have I come up to? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items here. Well, those are my unusual items that I may carry that other people may not, and some ideas of some stuff that you can use with the stuff that you already carry, like your fire striker as a light source. Some people may have never even thought of that. I have another little project here. I haven't really found a use for it yet, but I thought I'd go ahead and share it since we're doing this. Guess what this is? It's an umbrella. Just one of those little small, inexpensive umbrellas that fold up real small, that I tore all of the guts out of and decided to make me a little bag. And it folds up real small and it opens up real big. So if anybody needs a good idea for a drop cloth or a ground cloth to set on, just kind of take your old umbrella when your wife's not looking. Go get her a new one, strip the guts out of it, and you got you a waterproof ground pad that folds up really, really small. And I guess it could be used as many other little items. You might be able to throw this over your head while you're in the rain. But thought I'd share that idea with you. I don't really carry that in my pack, but it may be part of my pack in the future. Well, guys, I appreciate the tag, Rich, and I hope to see some more good ideas out there, and I hope some of these ideas, might spark somebody's imagination to put some of this in their pack or use something here. So anyway, guys, that's some of the items that I carry in my pack that's a little unusual and maybe nobody else would carry, and some ideas that maybe you just didn't think about that may help you out in the future. All right, guys, I appreciate it, Rich, and I look forward to seeing all the tag videos. I look forward to maybe learning some more. All right, thanks, guys. See ya.